Hi everybody, Wendy here. I was just having a couple of moments of reflection and contemplation, and I was receiving a lot of messages about the information that's been coming through into our collective consciousness as of late. A lot of information. Information is energy, and therefore you can see it all over social media. The energy is shifting in such ways that people are literally questioning everything, their own existence, their purpose, their place, their mission, their theme, their belief systems. It's all energy, and each and every one of us processes this energy, this information, in a different way. And I was simply feeling something supportive bubbling up, that just a reminder, we're not alone, that everything that we're seeing is a reflection of the human collective consciousness. We have to remember that what we're seeing is not, and what we're seeing is always a reflection, not a cause. So when we're feeling this energy, what we're seeing in the mirror reflective of the collective is not the cause of the shifts in energy that we're feeling. It is a reflection of that. And to remind us that although this has happened over the millennia for our star families, especially the ones that we feel so familiar with, family, familiar, Sirius, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, yet the information, the energy that's flowing through us is quadrillion fold, meaning the source of the information that's pouring through Earth right now in a way that it never has before. Humanity has never had a version of Earth like this before. And to be reminded that when we're feeling discombobulated, when we're feeling the most like out of sync, is when our guides and our mentors, our star families, our interstellar support systems, the Earth's systems, everything is amped up then. The more the more we need the help, the more we're receiving it. And this is just a reminder of the multi-layered ways in which we are being guided and supported in ways that we ways that we can't even imagine. And it all just, even, well, for me, for example, it just takes just a moment of meditation, a moment of gratitude, a moment of excitement for example for the idea of open contact. As soon as I drop into that frequency, the information starts flowing through, the energy starts flowing through. And it's interesting too, because as a Reiki practitioner, as many of you, those of you who, whether you are or not, may be feeling this information and energy literally flowing through you, feeling it flowing through you in a way that you haven't before. I can feel it through this transmission. And to remind us all that when we are sharing, in any way that we're sharing, all of this information and that we're receiving from our, we'll just call it the higher frequency realms of information that remember, we're always in spirit. We're always in spirit. Spirit is not in our body. Our body is in our spirit. Our body is in our consciousness. It's as if our consciousness is becoming more aware that of the fluidity of the energy and information that flows through us as physical beings. Yet we have never been better receivers of information. We have never been better conductors of information. And the vastness of the beings and realms that are observing and assisting in any way they can, even if it's just them sending their love and energy just like we do through our own healing modalities, if you will. They're doing the same, yet in quantum measurements. And again, we're reminded that information travels through light. We are light. We are light beings. So sometimes, well, for me, in my experience as well, it can be as simple as just lighting a candle, and in that moment of recognizing the light, the information, the energy begins to flow through me in ways that I don't think that I've ever experienced before. And I've been sharing my own experiences with this light language energy, with the transformational transmissions of the energy of these light beings, of these realms, in over a decade now, and have never felt it this way. Lianta shanako yambara vasbaya shanaki zapata ajo jujani kia vesmi intigara vismataya. The way I move through life feels differently every day. The way I'm experiencing my dream states, the way I'm processing the information from my dream state, reminding us that that is our natural state, that we always are. All of these belief systems are that are not the truest true. The information that we're receiving and this energy that we're receiving is is dissolving those belief systems. And as it does, we process communication among each other differently, resulting in a different outer reflection of the human collective consciousness. Azu ji tupanya zimutube ijanaki zumasubasmasa pi intaya pi amaro eljunuji jami ki zana ataliendo vakama alavas matia shokoa azita zimasmala vishinokoya. And they're even saying now we can rest in the necessity of identification. When we rest, when we rest without the insistence of identification, we begin to understand, we begin to more comprehend that it's all source, that we are part of the source, that we are source. It's becoming not just a mental understanding, but the true understanding comes from the experience of allowing the information to flow through us without the insistence on identification, because it's all source and it's all serving us. Lizima shato kajenea lavasmato koro mabinkia vesha anu to begin of isma inamaroma atakanea antu ju jamin tiatangia sapalavismata velova kieta kiasato Izana mialava kamalava keanuna malava kasinshana ishiata Izana malava mamurama akayato ushojana melavama alavina kiana melivas parishiana kishanati bazonos vabasha. There's less pushing, there's less resistance. Noro akiana. There's less of the need to control the experience. Izma ijai imama inama lavakayo ramasha antopanga yasavisma ivas malivana miyamaroma. And it's becoming more about simply allowing more of the experience of seeing ourselves as these beautiful light body kaleidoscopes, and there is nothing that prevents our interaction with everything contained in source. It's like we are the children floating, and when I say the children, we are everything that's ever been created is floating in this amniotic fluid of love from which it was born. From which we are still all contained. Nyalo ma itakiana vashamari vashmani alavaka. Antupalibismete. Kisana tiamayava. Anumalava kamoro mavishi. An understanding that we're always existing. Naji jamati. Yet now there's this new appreciation of our consciousness and in this understanding of our own consciousness's ubiquitousness, the being everywhere all at one time. And I remember the very first time I ever saw that word, heard that word, and saw the definition, and something, there was this wave that I understood. In that moment, it was like I understood God, I understood Source, I understood how everything is everything. Everything is always all at once. Simishai Jametave Maromaki, from a different place inside that the fluid of love, Yalavayama Shami and Damitinkia, from which we're always being nurtured and nourished, fed, protected, loved. There is nothing outside Nalava Intaya of all that exists. And yet even our understanding of all that is expanding. Malaviyama Shato Utubero Moshavi Ina Tuposumo Onoro Umaha Kinti Savismala Anambako. And instead of fighting to control our understanding of it, it's the allowance of it all that is the understanding. That's how the understanding comes about. Nalavi Ishanovariana Bakatiana Spakiana Sanishinaya Malavakaporopa Kiaba Intabe Maroma Haka Azishaniti Miaba Ini Anumalavakatiana Vasapiti. In my own connection in this now moment with my own angelic Miaveru Iana experience, Subashashi Aiki Amazu. For me, it feels, for some of us, well, in our understanding, it feels like that's the beginning. Melavata is our understanding of the first reflections of Source itself. Nazita Janoto. Amoroba Ikianania Savesiana. And as that understanding expands our consciousness, we can therefore begin to open ourselves to the understanding that even consciousness is more than there are words to explain the ubiquitousness of it. Nazi Janakiyan Ladas Mataya Narapapayana Neata Kitiloko. Payana Mayavakoto Yana Vespatia Shakoya Badavismano Marma Nanaki. Tiashu Nujama Etijana Kiti Bari Intaro Mariana. Metokian Badavaspatia Ka Asia. Anjikia Toka. Naya Kaya Numaya siya nuhi sumaya lahi simaya koyame vashamitia nihaikia tayama akea asunishayai Nayoma umo onoa. Believe that you can believe more. Nayo ayoma ma otaya ejenusumisa itaya. Allow yourself to simply believe that you can believe. Na romba. Tijunutuvai umuro. Nayo ontaya. We don't know what we don't know yet. And that's perfect. Nyajuno entire katia malavaspa etaketushunoma. Ajunutuvismati ananiana vakapela vaka. Azuno jumete vishanutuvisma and I can even hear it from the perspective of them saying to you that even me, the receiver and transmitter of this information, needs to hear this too. Nayamba ente shani meava karamba de vismati antaria ajun jamete vismandia iru umaya natalisa semi te jonotivi umbaravikiala katavisapa pandiara kote malvasparasha pintoro ayaki ni mayava komoro mavashanona anta inte anama ite aroha. I simply, it's not even a voice necessarily, it's this wave of love that just says, turn on the camera. No moto, no predisposed insistence or inclination. It was simply in the moment. Europa. Nimava Roma geniti as a bushel. Aro aena antayavas mantiana de seke. Pasona beama. And sometimes our focus is very singular right now as a human collective. Mayurma, even the idea of open contact is still the idea of a singular concept, yet everything creates ripples. Everything, every you, every now moment, every breath that you are billions of something new every now moment. Just taking a moment to explore that idea. Najianatia. That every single breath and whatever that even means to any and all beings changes everything. Our perspective changes. Whether we're focused in that singular concept or not, it is. Nishyamati tiazeshi nami alabakatayasa madaporo bakya navisma ataya shinai jamaki alabasmana ma atabakupayate Amoro Pa'ate. Embrace that you are always a part of always. Ayama Ivaroma Eva Arjuma Kianti Set Shinatubita. The spokes on a wheel, Ajay Mitama, the rays of the sun, beyond of a star, Shankabe, the light of a candle. Dantea Samadhyana. The degree of change is all within your focus. Neota, the degree of change that you experience. Nizamashati Poro Onto is all about your focus as that ubiquitous being. That you exist everywhere and every when. And just believing that we can believe that we can explore these concepts more fully opens up unimaginable doors to what we will experience in this human focus. Yalavishmata Yana Maroa Antokia Zimishamiaba Komaroma Ete Ayi. And I wish that my vocabulary or our collective vocabulary had more words to express these concepts. Isha Injami Anamiaba Komaroma Ataba Anitya Samasaba Ata. Matovishmata, their complexity. Their complexity is understood. By their complexity is understood within us. Without the words. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful for this exchange of energy, of information. La Ontoya Vismatianda Keva Porova. Natibato Kundiara Vaspati Anteha. Kanti Jono Jami Shama Kia. Anu Javias Baketa Ki Kia. Izina Tiabalava. And there are so many beings with and without names represented in this exchange, this transmission, this transference of the fluid of love. Yalakoya Ishinishana Inteki Isaba Gorba Eletional Kuyapelafite Tazindaka Palivaro Miniba Teatokoy Malavasa Sopo Untujo Ama Ate. Know thyself. That is your purpose. Ijana Kiti Zama Aluze Nashimati Izava Koro Plazina Ilia Iliana Ilivismata Vispato Kosho Amotoa I te kela sabatosho. Minamiala illusiono kia isa. Isa nakite sapakor. Yata. Yasha. And we are love. Yaka. Tieso. Yaka. And you. I love. Yasha. Matuko. Tiasa. Tishina.